challenge they're going to present?
Yeah, we've watched a little video on them now, and we understand that the turf field is not going to be exactly how the Mercedes-Benz is. It's probably not going to be wet. It looks to be a little bit hard, so the ball's going to play a little bit differently. We'll be able to experience that a little bit tomorrow, though. They're a team that plays with passion, plays with heart. They fight hard. We understand that they've lost a couple of their better players since they qualified for this tournament, but that they're a team that can pose challenges, especially physically. A bigger team that, if we don't have the right mentality of being ready for the fight, it can be difficult to play against. But we also expect to go down there and take the game to them, to dominate the game, to be on the ball, and we want to take that onus on us and put the pressure on them. And I think if we go down there with the right attitude, we can do that.
Jeff talked about the environment of the game and kind of alluded to CONCACAF situations. Is that something that you've thought about or worried about?
I'm not worried about, but definitely, CONCACAF is a beast, and people that aren't used to it think that it should be easy for the U.S. to qualify. It should be easy for U.S. teams to go to Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras, Guatemala, and beat teams easily. And it's just not the case. These guys, when they play against MLS teams, when they play against the U.S. team, they play the best games of their life. They play the best games of their year. They play with passion and pride, and you go down there and the fields are, if they're grass, it's thick. If it's turf, it's hard. There's usually the hotels aren't great, and it's just not what you're used to in the U.S. And if you don't adapt, and if you're not mentally into it and focused, then you can get beaten, and it can happen to us as well. We can go down there and lose. Definitely, it's a possibility, but that's where the preparation and the mentality and the experience of this group hopefully carries us through.
You're not expecting the creature comforts to be the same, I guess.
No, and Costa Rica is a beautiful country, so it's not going to be terrible or anything like that, but it's not going to be the same as an away game in MLS.
I apologize in advance for the very broad question here, but what have you found to be the biggest similarities and differences between your new coach and Tata as far as style, personality, the way he goes about his business?
Yeah, I think that tactically we're going to be pretty similar. He doesn't want to change too much of what made us so successful the last couple of years. Offensively, he wants us to have the freedom to do what we've been doing the past few years and scoring a ton of goals. So in similar fashion to Tata, he's allowing the front guys to have that freedom. We've worked on defensive tactics a lot more under Frank in these few weeks than we did over a longer period of time with Tata. He just thinks that that's something that can improve. Our offense speaks for itself. We're going to be dangerous, but defensively he wants to make sure that we're sound. And so that's been the main focus. But both are good people off the field as well, easy to talk to. Obviously Frank's a little easier for English-speaking players, but it's nice that he's bilingual for everybody.
Why is Atlanta United built to win this tournament?
Set me up there, Doug, or what?
Well, if you go and look at a lot of different websites and they start ranking the MLS teams that can win this thing, y'all are number one across the board. So I'm not pulling it out of thin air.
No. I mean, of course. I mean, I would expect that. We're MLS champions, and we're champions for a reason. We think that we're deserving champions of last year, and so of course we come into the next season with the biggest onus on us to go out there and represent the league and try and win this tournament. And that's not to say that other MLS teams don't have a great shot. I think that across the board the level's improving, and I think that Kansas City, Toronto, Houston, these teams have real chances as well. But with the way that our team's built, with the South Americans that we have, the younger guys that are used to playing in tournaments similar to this, in conditions similar in South America to what we'll probably face throughout this tournament, I think that experience can help us, and that combined with just the overall talent level of the guys on the team, probably.
One of the guys who's had a reportedly impressive preseason is Miles Robinson, playing alongside you on the back line. What have you seen from him this preseason? Does he look more confident, more assured of himself this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Miles has taken a real step forward this preseason. He seems to be somebody playing with very high confidence. You know that he's had the physical tools since he got here. I've said it before that I think he's one of the best one-on-one defenders I've ever seen throughout my career. And he just needed to work on his vision, seeing things off the ball, seeing things before they happen, on the ball, composure, and he's really putting things together. And that's not to say he's not going to make mistakes out there. He's a younger player, less experienced. You just hope those mistakes are few and far between, and I think they will, because even when he does make a mistake, he's so fast, he's so quick, he's able to make up for things, and he'll be able to make up for my mistakes and Leandro or Jeff or anybody that's playing in the back, because physically he's so gifted. So I expect a big season from him.
How can Josef top last year? Jeff threw out 50 goals.
50?
He said there's more competitions this year than games.
That's true. Well, he could lead us to a Champions League title. He'd be the first to do that. He's got to score more goals than Zlatan this year, supposedly.
Yeah, that's true.
Supposedly that's a challenge. It would be difficult, but that's the tough part about being number one. Everybody wants to be after you. Everybody wants to break your records, and I think that what we've seen from Josef is the same hunger that he's had the last two preseasons. The new contract hasn't changed him at all. He's still out there. He's probably even hungrier. He wants to go out there and prove that he's worthy of the status and the money and the recognition that he got last year. He rightfully is deserving of everything.
Still getting mad when he doesn't score every training session?
We'd be lucky if that's all he got mad about.
All right.
Those who have Univision, I guess, and tune in to this game, will they be struck by any big differences from the team that they saw in the cup? Just a couple months ago. Obviously, Almiron's out there, but just in general.
I don't think so. Not too much. But we have to understand that similar to like an away game in New York City in the playoffs, it might not be pretty, and it doesn't have to be. We don't care. We want to go down there. We want to dominate. We want to score goals and play well and open them up. But we don't know what the night's going to bring and their intensity in the field and the conditions. So if we have to play like away in New York City, get a goal off a set piece and dig in defensively and come back here with a 1-0 or a 0-0, then so be it. I wouldn't say that what happens in this game, good or bad, is indicative of maybe the rest of the season. But surely we want to try and implement some of the things that Frank's been talking about.
Got time for one or two more?
I asked you about Miles Robinson earlier. Just wanted to also get your opinion on George Bello. He's a player that fans kind of saw little glimpses of last year, and obviously he's kind of in that position battle with Breck this preseason. How has he looked to you throughout the preseason?
Yeah, not like I don't even know how old George is now, 16, 17, 15, is he getting younger? No, he's been good. He's taken on this challenge of being in a competition for the starting spot, and he knows that, Breck knows that. Both of them have played well this preseason. They've made the choice difficult for Frank. I think that either way it goes, he's going to get a bunch of starts this year. If we see him playing a bunch of games this year and getting a lot of time, and that'll be great for him and the team. He brings that just athleticism, dynamic approach to the left side of the field. He get up and down with so much speed. Similar to